So here we're looking at a pencil expander. You see it here in its collapsed state. Simply expands down, changes size. Notice also that it did push the content down, and then as it collapses, the content moves back up. These are really popular, really easy to design, and pretty straightforward in their deployment. Let's go ahead and look at the ad script here. Here's basically the whole page. This is the ad script right here. This is what you would get out of the Impact Engine system. This is where the server tag would go, essentially. So placement of this particular script is important because you want the effect of pushing that content down and then pulling it back up as it collapses. Again, so as the ad expands down, the content gets pushed. And then when the ad collapses or closes, the content moves back up along with the ad to its leave behind state. So you'll see that it's been nested in the appropriate location to do that in the HTML page. It's just important to note that, because if it's not in the right location, depending on how the HTML page is structured, you may get some undesired behaviors, or it may not act the way you were hoping it was going to act. So it's just important to know how the page is laid out. And this is these examples for our HTML pages, granted, are very straightforward. But it's done for the benefit of being able to easily understand kind of the mechanics here on how these things work. The default justification for this ad unit is set to left, and that also helps make an easier job of keeping it in order as it expands and contracts. You can change the justification, however, when you get the ad script to whatever you want. So if you want to do something a little creative, you can change it to center or right, and it all depends on the page layout as well. The ad unit works by manipulating an HTML div. So essentially, what happens is you click the expand button, and what happens is the ad will expand in HTML div, and the expansion of that div is actually what causes the content of the web page to push down. And then when you close the ad, the div collapses, and the reverse happens, and the content moves right up. It's actually pretty straightforward, but a neat effect, and advertisers love it. It's also a useful note to perhaps consider making a dedicated ad position for this unit. So whether or not it's, if it's being used or not, it doesn't matter. At least it's available. It makes inventory tracking and management and trafficking just an easier job if someone wants a pencil expander. If the position's already in place, you just pop it in there and you're ready to go. This unit does follow the IAB Polite loading standards for data and content, and also by default it's designed to wait for the HTML onload event before it loads or renders, but that can also be changed when you go get the ad script from within the account. So other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Like I said, feel free to look at these examples, but all you have to know is the right place to put this script to get the desired effect. It's usually found somewhere just under the masthead is where we see a lot of these pencil expanders being deployed. And it's a good idea to set up a test page, maybe off-site, somewhere where you can do some kind of private testing just so you get it right. And then once you know you've got it right, you can deploy it out to the live site without much worry. Have fun.